Dear students, in this video, let us see the various commutation relations of angular momentum operators. What are commutators? If we have two operators A and B, we represent commutators by this representation. And for finding out whether they are commutator or non-commutators, we find the difference between these two terms. If this comes out to be 0, we say that both are commutators, or A commutes with B and B commutes with A. Now let us apply these rule to the angular momentum operators. So let us first take the components Lx and Ly. Let us find whether these two are commutators or not, whether they commute with each other. So we will apply the rule. We will find Lx Ly and Ly Lx. So first let us take Lx Ly. We know that Lx operator is given by h upon 2 pi iota y del upon del z minus z upon z del upon del y. Here we see that commonly h upon 2 pi is written as h cross. So here for Lx operator we can write h cross upon iota y del upon del z minus z del upon del y. Now let us look to the operator Ly. Ly also you all already know, h upon 2 pi iota. This is z del upon del x minus x del upon del z. Okay. So substituting this here and simplifying, just simplifying, we have h cross, so this will be h cross square, I and I square. Then we have y del upon del z, multiply with this term, so we have d upon dz of z del upon del x. Next we will take these two terms, we will have minus here over here, then y del upon del z and x del upon del z. Next we take these two terms, we have minus, this is minus and this is plus, so minus z del upon del y and z del upon del x. Next we take these two quantity, minus and minus, this is plus, so z del upon del y and x del upon del z. Now using the differentiation rule, these are two products, we will take one constant and differentiate the other, then keep this as constant and differentiate this, and using certain rules like I square will be written as minus 1, and wherever we have del z upon del z, we will take it as 1, or else if we have del upon del z and here we have x, and in that case we will take 0. Likewise del upon del y of z, this will be 0, okay, etc. So using this rule, we see that h cross square, I square is minus 1. Here let us differentiate first, keeping z as constant, we will differentiate this term, we will have del square del z del x. Second term y, keeping this constant and differentiating z, so we have y del upon del x. Del z upon del z is 1. So here we have two terms. Next, coming to this term, here first we will take x as constant, differentiate this, we have del square upon del z square. And the second term, we will keep this constant and differentiate del x by del z. And this is equal to 0. So here we will have only one term. Similarly, here we see that there will be only one term because del z upon del z will be 0. So we have only one term. Similarly here, del x upon del y, this will be 0. So again here we will have only one term. Just simplify using the differentiation rule and mathematical rule. Similarly, we will find for Ly, Lx. Just taking the reverse order, we are taking the Ly operator here and Lx operator. In the same way, let us simplify. I square will be minus 1. Then these two, z del x, differentiating on y del upon del z. This will be negative minus z del upon del x of z upon del y. Here again we have minus x del upon del z, y del upon del z. Then this minus and minus plus x del upon del z and z del upon del y. So just simplifying as before, keeping one constant at a time and differentiating other. Here we will have only one term because we have del y upon del x equal to 0. So we have only zy del square del x del z. Here again we will be having only one term because del z upon del x will be 0. So we have z square del x del y. Here again we will have only one term because del y upon del z is 0. So we have xy del square del z square. Here we will be having two terms. Keeping z constant, we have xz del square del z upon del y, plus keeping this is constant and differentiating del z upon del z, which is equal to 1, we have x del upon del y. In the next step, we will subtract the two quantities. We have, this is the first quantity and this is the second quantity. We have minus of minus, so I have written here plus, so the sign will be accordingly taken. Now let us compare the two values. If there are negative and positive terms, it will cancel. So let us see, this is minus yz del square del z del x. Here we have the positive value, so these two will cancel. This term is not in this. The third term, let us see, minus yx del square upon del z square. This is minus of minus. This is minus of minus because here it is minus and this is minus. This is positive and this term, it will be negative. So let us cancel these two terms. Next term is minus z square del y del x. We have minus and minus, this is positive term and this is negative term. So these two will again cancel. Next we have, this is minus x z del square del y upon del y. The order doesn't make difference. So we have one negative and one positive quantity here. So these two will cancel. So we are left with only two quantities. One is minus y del upon del x and this is plus del upon del y. So we have Lx Ly minus Ly Lx is equal to minus h cross square y del upon del x minus x del upon del y. Okay, so this minus and minus, this is plus, so we have just this is x del upon del y minus y upon del x. We know that LZ operator is equal to h upon 2 pi iota x del upon del y minus y del upon del x. So substituting, okay, this is LZ value, we will substitute for this and we get Lx Ly commutator is equal to I h cross Lz. Okay, this is just substituting the value of x del y minus y del z in terms of Lz. Similarly, if we look to the commutation relation of Ly and Lz, we get I h cross Lx, and for Lz and Lx commutation we get I h cross Ly. In all the three cases, we see that the value is not equal to 0. That means they are not commutators. That means the three components of angular momentum do not commute with each other. What does it mean? It means that all the three cannot be simultaneously specified. Only one component can be specified at a time. Now let us see whether the total angular momentum commutes with any of the component. So instead of L, total angular momentum is taken as L square. Let us take first Lz. Just L square is L square plus Ly square plus Lz square. Let us take this and check with Lz. So we have this as first, then Lz first and L2 as second. Just simplify, you will have these various terms. We can take it as in pairs. We have Lx square Lz and Lz Lx square from here. So we can take all the quantities in pairs. So we have this commutator Lx square commutator Lz, Lz square and Lz, Lz square and Lz. We can check the commutation of all these three using the rule we have used earlier. When we check for Lx square Lz commutator, we get minus iota h cross Lx operator Ly operator plus Ly operator Lx operator, and for Ly square Lz we get iota h cross Lx operator Ly operator plus Ly operator Lx operator. You can do by yourself and find these values, and Lz square Lz, this is equal to 0. That means these two terms commute with each other and these two terms can be simultaneously determined. Substituting all these three equations in this equation, we get L square Lz commutator as equal to 0. That means, it means we can specify simultaneously the total angular momentum and Lz component. Similarly, you can check for Lx and Ly. In all the cases, we see that we get the commutator as 0. That means we can simultaneously specify the total angular momentum and any one of the component. We cannot specify all the three components simultaneously because we have seen that the commutator of any two angular momentum was not equal to 0. That means they are known commutators.